Good morning, everybody, and welcome to What's Hot on the Open. So we're going to take a look at all the market action right now on this Monday, January 23rd here at MarketStream.live. My name is Joseph Cusick with the Cusick Group, securities offered by MoneyBlock. The fourth quarter reporting season is upon us. Earnings, and thus far, it's been a little better than expected. If you take a look at the earnings growth rate, it's climbed about 3.4%. That's coming from FactSet versus 2.6% in the start of the reporting period. So that uptick has really been catalyzed by the financial sector. But what we've seen, though, is the reaction, even though the earnings have been positive, have reacted not so well. The S&P 500 right now as a sector is down about 1.6% as of the close of last week. And it looks like we have the sell the news in what has been a notable, huge fourth quarter run-up post the election. Let's take a look at what's moving on the open right now. CYNO is up 8.3% right now. There was a Bloomberg report that the company is going to explore strategic alternatives. Kate Spade up 4%. Basically, again, some speculation that's coming across the wires from different news outlets that there could be possible bidders for KATE. Be careful of those merger and acquisition type of plays, but I wanted to bring it to your attention of what's been moving that. BNCN up 4.1%. They're going to be acquired by Principal Financial Partners, PNFP. You've also seen this morning some metals and mining stocks that are trading higher. Dollar weakness has been the most notable catalyst, as well as the fear of inflation. You're seeing gold names moving to the upside. AU up 3.9%, GOLD up 1.9%, Valley, VALE, up 3.4%. You're also seeing Rio up 1.6%. You're seeing silver and silver miners like PAS, PAAS, up 1.4%. And the list goes on as far as the gold and gold miners. So we're going to keep an eye on that. We saw that the miners were under a little bit of a struggle last week towards mid and end of week when gold started to pull back on that dollar strength. But dollar weakness, the fact that President Trump did infer that he wants to see the dollar in a different place and not higher, I might add. Some other news that we saw that came out that was a little bit positive was Bristol Myers up 0.9%, announced a settlement on a licensing agreement with on a drug called Keytruda. There was some patent litigation that was going on. So we're going to see the Bristol Myers, now that they have that out of the way with Merck, MRK, Bristol Myers is going to get a settlement of $625 million. Also, you've seen that transportation, specifically railroads, were on a big move last week. And we see CSX continues that move after a few announcements. Canadian Pacific CEO was stepping down, looking for alternative ideas, opportunities. He is getting involved with a group that is looking for building out that space. He was mentioned CSX up 0.9%. There was a big mover in front of earnings and then post earnings for both CP and CSX. And in BMO Capital, they moved it to an outperform from market perform. What is moving to the downside this morning, we did have some earnings reaction. Again, maybe some sell the news as we've seen so far. SN down 3.1%, Pat's down 2.7%. McDonald's and Halliburton both had decent earnings and guidance, down 0.8% and 0.6% respectively. You're seeing some notable oil and gas names that are showing some early weakness. Take for instance Rig down 0.9%, Schlumberger SLB down 0.5%, and Halliburton down 0.5% post the earnings. Now, oil prices are down about 1.3% at around 52.51 this morning, and you could basically rack that up to two things. One is that there are concerns about whether or not OPEC and non-OPEC nations are going to stick to their rig count. With increasing prices above $50, it's going to be very hard for them not to be pumping more to the market, especially now that you're seeing that the U.S. rig counts are jumping. Right now, they're running around 551 rigs operational. That's an increase of rig count of about 29 rigs now coming online. That's going to put a lot of pressure on the world oil markets to stick with their production cuts. We'll watch that closely as we go through the day. All right, folks, join me at 1:30 Eastern time, and I will be taking a look at all the midday action on strategy now here at MarketStream.live. See you then.